Good morning, class. In today's lesson, we are going to learn about the middle ear. As we have already come to know the three parts of the ear, outer ear, we have already completed. Now, today we are going to learn about the middle ear. The middle ear consists of the following parts. You have the ear ossicles and the Eustachian tube. We are going to learn about them in detail. Now, the middle ear contains a chain of three tiny bones, malleolus, incus, and stapes. Malleolus or hammer bone is the first of the three ossicles. It is attached to the inner surface of the eardrum and connects to the incus. Incus or anvil bone is the second of the three ossicles. It is the bridge. It bridges the gap between the malleolus and the stapes, and it transfers sound vibrations between the two bones. The stapes or the stirrup bone is the final of the three ossicles. It connects the incus to the oval window and it transfers sound vibrations to the inner ear. It is also the smallest and the lightest bone in the human body. Next we have is the Eustachian tube. The Eustachian tube, also known as auditory tube or pharyngotympanic tube, is the tube that links the middle ear to the upper part of the pharynx, the nasopharynx. It is responsible for equalizing pressure in the middle ear, allowing mucus to drain out of the middle ear. Next, we have the inner ear. It consists of semicircular canal, vestibule, and cochleae. Before going through that, we need to understand the oval window or the connection that helps to connect. The oval window, also known as fenestra ovalis, is a connective tissue membrane that connects the inner ear to the middle ear. It is in direct contact with the stapes. The compression waves from the stapes travel through the oval window and into the fluid-filled cochleae. Next we have is the semicircular canals. Semicircular canals, also known as semicircular ducts, are three fluid-filled tubes in the inner ear. They are an important part of the vestibular system. The movement of fluid to the canal sends nerve impulses to the brain related to balance and an individual orientation in space. Next, we have the last portion, that is the cochleae, is the portion of the inner ear mostly closely associated with hearing. It is a spiral-shaped, fluid-filled bone cavity. It contains the organ of corti and the hair cells, both integral in transforming compression waves from the middle ear into electrochemical impulses the brain can comprehend. Last after that is auditory nerve. Auditory nerve, also known as cochlear nerve or the acoustic neuron, is one of the two sections of vestibular nerve. It carries neural impulses from the cochlea to the brain for interpretation. So how your ears work then? Sound travels through the funnel of the outer ear to the eardrum, making it vibrate and setting off a chain reaction. That is number one. Next, the three smallest bones in the body, the hammer, anvil, and the stirrup of the middle ear, starts moving, passing the vibrations to the thin layer of the tissue at the entrance of the inner ear called the oval window. Pressure on the oval window squashes the fluid in the inner ear, creating waves in the canals of the snail-shaped cochlea. So, as we already know, there in semicircular canal there are fluids. So it creates a wave in the canals of the snail-shaped cochlea. From there, delicate hairs in the cochlea convert this movement into nerve impulses, which are carried to the brain by the auditory nerve. The brain then decodes the information and tells you what you are hearing. So, children, this is all about the different structure of the ear and how our ear works.